See, Techno Song Voice Guy, you keep telling us that you get it, and I feel like this repetition is leading us to believe you actually don't get it. You're just very insecure, so you're telling everyone you get it over and over. I'm a little bit worried about you, Techno Voice Guy.
I think I'm worried about most Techno Voice guys.
That's true.
They tend to be highly repetitive and annoying.
I'm really worried about the one that goes, "Come on, Barbie, let's go party." That's the one I'm most concerned about.
You wouldn't party with Barbie, Doa?
No, I don't think so. No.
Not even in Malibu, California?
Not my world, no. Not my kind of world.
Not your jam?
Not my jam.
Which action figure would you party with?
That's a tough choice. There are a lot of great action figures over the years. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I got to go with the classic. I'd love to party with everybody in the He-Man universe in Castle Grayskull.
That'd be pretty sick.
Let's have a big feast, lots of mead, giant lamb shanks.
See, I'd either party with, I'd find a Transformer that turns into a bar.
Yeah, that's a great idea. There you go.
I think that's what I'd go with. Or Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Kegamus Maximus, I think I've heard of that guy. Yeah. One shall stand, one shall drink too much and fall. I think that's what Optimus Prime said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, the game's begun. Cloud9 on the attack.
Oh, right, video game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Going for 2-2-2 this time around, but definitely much of an aggressive dive comp with Afreeca Blue. Doing a pretty classic defense here on Gibraltar, but throwing in Arhan on the Genji.
Yeah, they're sticking with a Tracer right now, Cloud9, which is not something you typically see on this point. Amon actually gets caught out on the flank right there pretty quickly.
Yeah, Cloud9 with a pretty aggressive attack here. They're going to move this payload, and Afreeca Blue just absolutely decimated so far. Trevor can't quite finish off Arhan, though. That can be a little bit tricky.
Mono going to get a decent in the meantime as the two Genjis wave their swords in front of each other.
It's like a lightsaber battle in Revenge of the Sith, man. It really accomplishes nothing.
Well, actually got the kill on a Reek right there instead of, even though he didn't actually stick that pulse bomb. However, stabilization here from Afreeca Blue. Surefour has just been a menace on this Tracer.
Absolutely. Mendo now trying to be his own type of menace on the Genji. Don't you desuited again, taken out of the suit.
And you really see the versatility of these hero pools on Cloud9. Mendo, and we've seen Gods play the Genji for most of this series, as well as Mendo playing the Tracer most of the time, even though, of course, Surefour well known for his Tracer abilities. And they're just switching it up, and Mendo getting the necessary kills, pops that Dragon Blade, and now they already have control of the high ground here in the hangar.
Yeah, Afreeca Blue may have a really hard time even doing anything with this Pulse Bomb, just to kind of buy some more time for Cloud9 as they push this payload. It's already almost all the way through.
I mean, if you get a kill there, great, but great timing on the Pulse Bomb, too.
Yep. Making
sure they weren't going to be able to enter and try and retake that high ground. Arhan hit by that Bionic Grenade and on the run as Gods will hunt him down, or Mendo rather. Sorry, now I'm getting confused. All these hero swaps.
Yeah, welcome to my world. Recry on that Soldier 76. Now finally some defense for Afreeca Blue. They do manage to fight back a little bit, but having some trouble handling Rib. Rib will go at Primal Rage. Meanwhile, Surefour gets 2 on the periphery of that fight. Rib smacking people around. Donkey Kong, you don't want to mess with this guy.
Still managed to get in the payload, however.
Yeah, they're stopped it.
Not going to get desuited into the end, though, and another Dragon Blade coming through.
A sound barrier used by Cloud9. They really just want to finish this one off, but Nano Boost now onto Adam is going to buy Afreeca Blue even more time.
Very smart.
Blue Adam, rather.
Yes, very smart.
Blue Adam. Yeah.
Nano Boost onto Blue Adam right there really nullified their ability to push the payload.
God's on the Diva now.
The Genji simply could not turn onto it.
Yeah. Afreeca Blue just all over this payload. Cloud9 has to back up and regroup. Recry going to make it take a little bit longer there.
Yeah, nice D-suit at the end. That's very punishing, and they'll just wait a little
I just say let him live, man. Let him live. He either has to, seriously, he either has to run all the way back, swap, and then get back in the suit, lose his ult charge that way, or he just, make sure that he dies. It's a long time before he gets the suit back up. Meanwhile, Mendo.
Recry did show mercy in the end.
I guess so.
Adam jumped on top of the sword, however. Blue Adam, that is.
It's a Blue Adam, no. Rip comes in, nearly has that Primal Rage. Oh, but Recry takes him up before he can use it. Mendo on the Genji now, looking for the kill on the Mano. He finds it. Mendo with 2, actually, Arhan striking back with his own Genji. This has just been such a brawl.
Yeah, it has been on the sloppier side for sure. Surefour
Take that payload.
definitely didn't need to use that pulse bomb right there, even if he had gotten a kill. Not a huge amount of benefit.
Well, Afreeca Blue really falling into a nice defensive rhythm here. They've taken the high ground near there, and Cloud9's trying to break it, but Rib is kind of by himself right now. Oh, did I say by himself? Mendo there with the Dragon Blade, and definitely not alone.
Yes, and also we see that they just had a huge ult bank advantage, so as good as this hold has been for Afreeca Blue, because the rest of the map had progressed so quickly, Cloud9 can sort of just grind this one out.
Oh, they're trying, but Afreeca Blue still has purchase on the payload for now.
Nobody's been able to really remove the Winston or the Diva from Afreeca Blue. They've maintained their supremacy. And Mendo got to change over to the Soldier now. Gods taking the Roadhog. So back to triple tank it is for C9.
Back to the classic.
Yeah, but
a lot of ults for Afreeca right now.
How are they going to approach this? Because they did lose control of that high ground. We can see that Recry is up there with attack visor right now.
Oh, they're just going to try to muscle their way back in there. Mendo saying live, oh, not so much anymore. Recry, though, comes in with the nano visor. Gets a couple, going to get more before it's all said and done. Yeah, not even the hook can take him out. He gets a couple more at the Helix Rocket before he finally kills himself. I believe that was a double kill suicide with the Helix Rocket at the end there from Recry.
It sure looked like it, didn't it?
Man. That works.
No nano boost for Amon, though. You have to rely solely on this Dragon Blade. And with all those hero swaps, Cloud9 not looking great when it comes to ults. They've got one push left over, and this has got to be it.
Yeah, White Adam nowhere close to that sound barrier. Only that Earth Shatter to use. Here comes Rib. On the Reinhardt. Oh, that could be dangerous. Surefour trying to body block any shots that might come in. Arhan pulling up the Dragon Blade.
Arhan got a kill.
Uh-oh.
I got two. That's absolutely huge right now. They couldn't have had that happen.
Cloud9 might just get stopped right here. They've only got about 25 seconds left.
Yeah, they do. Really impressive hold here from Afreeca Blue on that last point. Arhan is back on the Bastion.
I love it.
This is such a great swap. I mean, when you're so good at Bastion like Arhan is, then why not just switch it? Because you know they have to get onto that payload at some point or other, and he's just going to be a jerk.
And again, there's no Genji on the other side, too. He knows when the good time to do it. Here comes the payload. Bastion ready to roll, or not roll. Oh, he's getting rolled a little bit. Has to be careful. There's the sentry mode yet again. Cloud9 going to lose that Reinhardt shield very fast. They back away. Fire Strike comes through, gets the heal. Swaps back for a bit of damage here. Afreeca Blue just trying to buy time now. There's a nano boost. They're going to give it to him in Sentry Farm. Oh, but he gets hit with a gigantic Earth Shatter coming in for Cloud9. But Mendo can't quite get the damage done. Recry with a better tac visor on top. And that payload contested. There's the self-destruct. Arhan gets Adam coming back on that Bastion yet again, and that's going to be a full hold. Well, not a full hold, a 0.2 hold anyway for Afreeca Blue, and they will limit Cloud9 to just 1 point on Gibraltar.
I do think it was ridiculous to put the nano boost on that Bastion at the end, Noah, when they had
absolutely
they had a soldier on top of Shuttle in a flank position with his tac visor up, and the Ana simply could have waited for the soldier to drop down, nano boosted him, and caught them in a Bastion nano visor flank. So, I mean, not great way to close, not a beautiful way to close out that game by any means from Afreeca Blue, but what are you going to do? They still managed to make that hold. The Bastion at the end is very annoying. You'll notice that Afreeca Blue let the payload roll up into view of Bastion intentionally so that they would have that long, the long sight lines throughout the end of the hangar. And this is going to be quite difficult for Cloud9 to hold here, as it's not very hard to get to point 2 of Gibraltar.
You know, Monty, it's about sending a message. You beat someone with a nano-boosted Bastion. That's demoralizing. That hurts.
You have to know they have Earth Shatter too. I mean, that was pretty sloppy.
Oh yeah.
That gets punished super hard in a different situation.
It can, but not this time. So Afreeca Blue on the attack. Looks like Recry may be taking out that McCree. We'll see if he decides to stick with it. But Cloud9 in a real danger of losing this match, and that would mean that Group C is a bit more open than we thought it was going to be.
Absolutely, could definitely come down to the wire.
Yeah.
And especially since Cloud9 still has their most difficult game ahead, which is their game against Kongdu and Sia.
Yep.
And Afreeca Blue probably has their easiest game ahead, so against Konbok Spirit. That means that this match may be sort of the death of Cloud9, unless they are going to pull off a huge upset against Kongdu Uncia.
I mean, if you're not going to beat Afreeca Blue, you're probably not going to beat Kongdu in the state they're in right now. So
I would think that would be very unlikely.
It's going to be tough. Cloud9, though, looking to make it happen. If they can hold on point A, they can still send this to map 5. But they need to hold right here.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a huge hold. And they do not have a very mobile defense. So problem here is Afreeca Blue have 3 heroes that can dive. And you can see everybody up top right now for this defense.
Yeah,
but if that Genji decides to go into the back line, if Mendo decides to go attack their supports, then they are going to have a really rough time of it.
They're trying to take a very safe position right here. Oh, they do take out Rib early, though.
Yeah, they had nobody else on the low ground. Gods was knocked off and taking a breather.
Yeah, Arhan trying to stay alive against Gods' Roadhog. And Recry just been untouched on this McCree so far. The payload is moving fast. White
their tanks are dead.
Somebody
has to go down there. That's the unfortunate reality is when your Reinhardt dies that early on into the push, then your Genji or your Soldier or your supports have to go onto that point. So you don't really have much to stop them with. You go down there, you get flashbanged, and you get crushed.
All right, well, God's coming in actually really aggressively, and if he gets taken out, well, they did get the kill on Adam. Okay. On Blue Adam, rather. So Cloud9 will be able to slow this push down a little bit.
I mean, but they're not. Like, Arhan was playing so aggressively that, you know, they didn't have anybody there to really contest the payload, and with the respawn so close, easy to reinforce that. So everything keeps rolling smoothly, and nobody's on top of shuttle for Cloud9 right now, so high ground control ceded over to Afreeca.
Surefour with the nano visor, or the tac visor at least. Meanwhile, Arhan with the nano blade going in against the tac visor. Nano boost, the nano boost. Arhan has to retreat. Recry with the kill on the Mendo, though. Surefour coming from the high ground, looking for a bit more, but finally finds the kill onto Arhan. Will he get anything else? Not so sure. That payload is getting very close to what could be the end here.
Very
self-destruct.
Uncomfortably close, but the self-destruct isn't going to do anything. However, the turnaround definitely coming here for C9.
Yeah. Well, Adam kills Gods, though, so it is shorthanded for Cloud9 right now. Recry, very low health. He's taken down. Adam gets the kill, Blue Adam, rather, on Surefour. Mendo just trying to stay alive. Trying to keep this payload from moving because it is right there. Afreeca Blue on the verge of winning this best of 5. And they are so well. Oh, yeah, that's it. All right. Afreeca Blue. Somehow, some way, they find a method to do it. And they will take out Cloud9.
Wow. Impressive play on Gibraltar right there. Much stronger than we have seen on Numbani from there, where they got rolled by C9 so quickly. And with that, Afreeca Blue keeps their hopes alive in this tournament. They will go on to play Konbok Spirit next, and if they win that, they will find themselves most likely in the playoffs unless we see a huge upset from Cloud9 against Kongdu Uncia.
I mean, that saved Afreeca Blue's tournament right there.
Well, 100%. They were done.
Organization's tournament right there. That was a must-win for them, and they came through. You know, as bad as Numbani looked, I'm surprised they were able to pull it together on Gibraltar.